Hi, my name is Jeff Rudner, and I'm a volunteer with the Western Los Angeles County Council. I'm the creator and executive producer of Scout Saturday Live. Today's episode is going to show you how to make some fantastic projects from scrap wood. It's amazing when you can create something unexpected like the projects you're going to see today. The Scout Saturday Live show is no different. 5 months ago, we broadcast our first episode. The show started with 6 amazing Scout hosts and the hope to entertain Scouts. A few viewers turned into hundreds, then thousands, and now tens of thousands of viewers and followers all over the world. All of us are so proud that we have created something unexpected and hope that you've enjoyed what you've seen. Today, we're thrilled to celebrate our 10th episode. Thank you so much for joining us. And now, it's Scout Saturday Live.
It's Scout Saturday Live with Taylor Bell, Nathaniel Cox, Charlotte Green, Cameron Irvine, Bailey Vincent, Sam Yamosta, and your host, Miranda Janae. And now, Miranda Janae.
Hi everyone, it's so great to have you with us today. Thank you for tuning in to our 10th episode of Scout Saturday Live. Oh, how time has passed. I'm your host, Miranda Janae, and it's really hard to believe that we've been broadcasting for almost 5 months now.
You're right. Time has flown by. We've all been having so much fun with all the projects, the crafts, the science experiments, and all of the games and activities these past months with you.
We've also met so many Scouts who have been guest hosts on the show. We're really lucky to be a part of the global Scouting community, and we really love having guests from all over the world.
From England to Australia, Germany to Hong Kong, Scout Saturday Live has and continues to bring Scouts together as we all see the things that we have in common and celebrate our differences.
Don't forget our friends in Uganda, Nepal, and Venezuela. And of course, all the guest Scout hosts from the US who have been on the show, including the newest member of our team, Taylor.
Thanks, Charlotte. Being on Scout Saturday Live has been an amazing experience. But I'm so excited for what we have planned in the weeks to come. What did y'all think about the Globe Runner episode from 2 weeks ago? We're still getting lots of emails and letters about how awesome it was.
It was a pretty hard game, but hundreds of you guys played along and successfully completed the game. Like Christopher from Pack 1601 in Chantilly, Virginia. Congratulations, Christopher. And to all of you who figured out the final clue, a big clock in London, and navigated your way to Big Ben. Great job. We also wanted to congratulate the 28 Scouts from Seattle, London, Okinawa, Cairo, Rome, Houston, Paris, San Francisco, Berlin, Niagara Falls, Dubai, the Philippines, and Hollywood, who all contributed to our episode.
Today, we have a super cool show planned for you, which will include lots of projects you can do at home and some really cool footage you've never seen before to celebrate our 10th episode. But first, I want to start off with telling you about something that not many people know about. Did you know that your local lumber stores like Home Depot have a pile of wood that they can't use because it's damaged in some way? They sell this wood up to 70% off. Or they even give it away for free. So next time you want to do a project like what we're about to do here, you can grab some wood from around your house or go check out your local lumber store and see what you can get there. Let's start off with Nathaniel.
Hi, I'm Nathaniel Cox. I'm 15 years old, and I'm a part of the Reyes Adobe District and Troop 10 Reseda. I joined Scouting in 2011 as a Tiger Cub, and now I'm an Eagle Scout in 2020. Sorry. I hope that you'll consider me. Thank you for watching this video until the end. And yeah, hopefully see you at Scout Saturday Live. Wow, that's how it all got started. And now, here we are today. I'm so glad that I get to be a part of it. Our first project of the day is a pretty simple one, but not only is it simple, it's also very useful, and it looks really cool too. We're gonna make a hat/coat rack. All right, everyone, all you need for this project is some small screws or finishing nails, a long piece of wood, a drill for the pilot holes, some sanding paper, protective gear, and a few sizable twigs. But Nathaniel, why do we need twigs, you ask? Well, for this project, instead of hooks, we're heading back to nature by using twigs instead. You can find them practically anywhere there are trees, especially if you go out hiking once in a while. But it is very important not to take them directly from the trees when you're out walking or hiking, as that goes against leave no trace. Here I have my sticks prepped for drilling. Now the best part about this project is that it can be uniquely yours. If you have your whittling or totem kit, you can carve or whittle designs on your sticks, like I did. But before we move on to the next step, what you'll want to be aware of is that once you've nailed your sticks onto the board, you won't be able to change much of it after that. Knowing that, you'll want to sand down your materials now. Remember to use safety goggles and a dust mask. All right, now I can put this up in my room. As you can see, I went for the more natural look, but you can paint yours or do whatever you want with it. Be creative. So the last and final step is to anchor my piece of art to the wall. And that's all to it. Make sure to have fun with this project and all the other projects that you'll see on this show. I can't wait to see your projects soon.
Nathaniel, that was really great. Now let's check in with Bailey and see what she's working on.
Hi, my name is Bailey Vincent. I'm 15 years old. I'm from Troop 22G from the Reyes Adobe District. I would say the main reason I want to be host of this is I'm enthusiastic and I'm really just excited to be able to be informative on whatever is going on in the scouting community, especially during this whole coronavirus thing.
Wow, I totally forgot about that. So today I'm going to show you guys how to make a fun game using some wood that you might have lying around your house. We're making a ring toss game. You're going to need some 2x4s, 2 long ones and 4 shorter ones. You're going to need 5 dowels, 1 that's longer than the other 4. I marked mine with colored tape to mark different point values. So you're going to obviously need some stuff for rings, so we're using some sisal rope and wire hangers. So we're going to start off with the base. So we're going to take our 2 longer pieces of wood. Now I've already marked off where I'm going to place the shorter pieces. For this step, you're also going to need a drill and some wood screws. Anytime you're working on a project like this, you gotta be safe, so I have some gloves on and some safety goggles. Make sure to have a parent's permission before using any sort of power tools, and yes, this tiny drill counts as a power tool. So I was having a little bit of trouble with the drilling, so we adjusted this workbench so that it holds one of the pieces of wood so that I only have to hold the other. I'm having a bit more trouble with the drilling, so I'm having my dad help me out. Okay, so now that my dad has helped me build both of these, I'm going to show you guys how they fit together, and then my dad's going to help me drill the final screws in. They just go like that, and then the screws are going to go on either side of this board. With my dad's assistance, we have our base made, and so now I'm going to mark the spots for us to drill into so that we can put our dowels in. So because these dowels are just a little too wide for the power drill, I'm going to be using what is called a brace drill. And if I have any issues with this, I'm going to have my dad help me because he's awesome at this kind of stuff. Now that we have all of our holes drilled, I'm going to add a little bit of glue into each hole to put the dowels in. Time to make our tossing rings. Here's what you're gonna need. I took my sisal rope and I cut it to 16 inches long to make a nice big circle. And then I took a wire hanger, and I took 2 wire hangers and I cut them into 16-inch long pieces, which was really funny because we discovered that that was almost the entire length of the bottom of the hanger. Take your hanger and you're just gonna kind of push it through the rope. Once you get your rope woven around your wire, and it takes a couple minutes, but don't worry, it will get easier as you start to figure it out. I taped the ends of this to make sure that the rope wouldn't fall apart. And so now the only thing left to do is complete the circle. So now we have our completed ring toss game. We have our rings, we have our base, and now it's time to play.
Thanks, Bailey. Now we want to give a shout out to some of the packs, troops, crews, and ships that have been joining into our show. Troop 139 from Warminster, Pennsylvania. Troop 865 from Copenhagen, Denmark. Pack 546 from Anaheim Hills, California. Pack 340 from Deltona, Florida. Troop and Pack 104 from Mystic Hills, California. Pack 434 from Laredo, Texas. Pack 46 from Yuba City, California. Pack 10 from Juneau, Alaska. Pack 168 from Crystal Hills, Illinois. Troop 100 from Bossier City, Louisiana. Pack 225 from Burbank, California. Pack 1601 from Chantilly, Virginia. Pack 538 from Anaheim Hills, California. Crew 642 from Woodland Hills, California, and Troop 466 from Odell, Illinois. Thank y'all so much for joining in on our show. Now let's have a look at what Sam's doing.
Hello, my name is Sam Yamashita. I am a Life Scout in Troop 719, part of the Pacifica District of the Greater Los Angeles Area Council. The reason I wanted to help out and host Scout Saturday Live was because I wanted to be able to help keep these Scouts and Cub Scouts engaged even when they are unable to meet on a regular basis. And also I thought this would be kind of a fun and unique experience, and maybe we could do something like this more often, not just with Cub Scouts, but maybe with regular Scouts, and have like a little talk show or something like that. Wow, that's a blast from the past. Here's an amazing project that requires only 3 things: a wood board, nails, and some string. Let's have a look. For this string art project, you're going to need the following: some colored string, some finishing nails, a wood board, a piece of paper with the design you want to do. I decided to do some mountains, and a hammer. And because we're using a hammer, let's go over how to safely use it. First, make sure you have all the proper safety equipment. So that means safety glasses, gloves, and closed-toed shoes. I'm going to start off by pounding the nails in on the little black dots on the lines that I charted out from my picture. So I'm going to start out with small little movements. Start out with a starting knot over here on your starting point. So I chose this area as my starting point, and I tied a square knot. Next, for all the nails, you want to go around them like this and make sure they're tight. I turn the board around so now it's facing me and it's right side up. I'm going to start coloring this one in with the string now. Now that I'm done coloring this in, I'm going to cut the rope and tie an ending knot right here on this peg. Now that I'm done coloring this in, I cut the rope and tied an ending knot right here, I just tied a square knot. Now I'm gonna color in this mountain right here with my gray rope. So now that I'm done coloring this mountain range, I'm gonna color the last one using the black one. So now I'm done coloring the last mountain in, so I'm gonna tie the ending knot, which is a 2/2 hitch. Now you just cut off some of the slack and you're done. This is my string art project. I had a lot of fun doing it since I tried to make some mountains. A white area over here, that's supposed to be snow since we didn't have any white string, so I improvised. I hope you do this at home and send us photos of your projects, because we may air them on the next show.
It's time for fan mail. We're going to start off with answering a question that we get all the time. How do we come up with ideas for our show? Well, here to answer that question is Kyle.
Hi everybody, I'm Kyle Wrigley and I'm an editor for Scout Saturday Live. I'm an Eagle Scout in Troop 10 and I want to work in the film industry when I get older, so working on Scout Saturday Live has been a great experience. Taylor was right when she said that lots of people ask us how we come up with ideas for the show. Some of the ideas, especially ideas for the projects, come from viewers like you. Other ideas, like themes for the episodes, come from all the Scouts who work on the show. Every 2 weeks, we all get together on a video call, and we can talk about the ideas and put together the upcoming episode. It's pretty fast-paced, doing a new episode every 2 weeks, but we have a great time. I hope you've been enjoying them.
Now let's check in with Charlotte.
Hi, my name is Charlotte Green. I am 16 years old and I am a Sea Scout. My Sea Scout troop is Mystic Yankee. So I would like to be a host for this event because I think that it's a great way to show unity in this time of struggle. And I think that it's something that we really need right now. I mean, that's what we do. We're Scouts. When things get tough, we band together and we show that even the youngest kids can make a difference in this world. That was so long ago. I didn't even remember all of it. Before we start on the project, I just want to tell you how much fun it's been working with you on Scout Saturday Live.
Aw, thank you. I've had so much fun working with you too. Enough of this mushy stuff. What are we building today?
It's a really cute crate that you can use to put things in or even organize your desk.
I don't need to organize my desk.
Yeah, you do. So now we're going to make a wooden crate to organize all of the stuff on our desk. Now, we're not really good with a hammer, so we are going to glue together all of these wooden pieces to make a crate. So we have 4 posts, we have 1 bottom board, we have 6 of the long railing pieces, and 6 of the short railing pieces. Right, Chase?
Yes.
So now we're going to start with hot gluing. So our hot glue gun kind of has a leash, so we might have to bring things over to it. So we'll start with one of the posts, put a nice heaping amount of glue. Will you hold it, Chase? Thank you. And I'll do the other one while Chase holds this one. And let's place the final one.
You know, I kind of regret making this super long now because now we just have a bunch more.
And this is about it. We can put anything in it. As you can see, we have our paints with us here. They fit easily in.
We can put a really long glue stick in the making here.
We can put our ruler in and everything fits in nice.
We can put the unused hammer.
Ah, yes, the unused hammer. Here we are. This is our little crate and we will paint it. Yeah,
I'm sure we'll paint it.
I don't know, maybe we could paint it like a garden themed, or we can do,
I don't think we're that good.
Planets. We can do Disneyland themed. So yeah, that'll be our next step, is to paint it. Have fun.
These first 10 episodes for season 1 have been absolutely amazing, but that's nothing compared to what we have planned for season 2. Have a look. Wow, I can't wait. I think the next project is my favorite. It's time for Cameron.
Hi, I'm Cameron Irvine and I'm 17 years old. I'm from Troop 22 in the Reyes Adobe District. As a theater kid, I can't pass up any opportunity to come and perform, especially when that performance is going to end up benefiting my fellow Scouts. Whoa! Scouting has given me many unique opportunities to be both a student and a teacher. I enjoy making learning fun for my fellow Scouts, as well as learning new skill sets for myself. That's why I want to be your Scout Saturday Live host. Whoa, my hair was so much shorter. I've been told I need a haircut. What do you guys think? Well, anyway, this next project was featured in Boys Life magazine a while back, so today I'm going to show you how to make it. Most people like candy, right? You could just grab a handful out of the bag, but there has to be a more fun way, right? Well, today I'm going to show you how to make this wood and mason jar candy machine. Now let's travel back in time and I'll show you how I made it. So, for this project, we're going to need pieces of wood cut out of something called a 2x6, which is really 1.5 by 5.5. I know, confusing. But out of that board, you're going to want 2 of these, which are squares that are 5.5 inches by 5.5 inches. This one, which is 1 3/4 by 5.5, and again, 1.5 tall. And you're going to need 2 of those. And then this is for the slider, which is 1 7/8 by 11 inches, and of course 1.5 inches tall. And here's the other square. In addition to the pieces of wood you're going to need a dowel. This is a 1/2 inch diameter dowel, and we're going to cut it into smaller pieces. And you're going to need a glass jar and its ring. And of course, you're going to need candy. We've got Skittles, #not sponsored. To put all these together, you are going to need these, which are wood screws. These are 2.5 inches long, and some finishing nails, or roofing nails. In terms of some other tools, we're going to use power drill, this hand sander, or sandpaper, and if you do need to cut the wood, then you'll need something like this saw, or this hand saw. Now remember, online you can find the scouting safety guide for what age scout is appropriate to use what kind of tool. If you do not have a hand saw like this, but you do have power saw or something else, please make sure to have an adult do it for you. Regardless of how old you are, it's always good to have adult supervision. Also, safety first with the glasses, and if you have a very loud piece of equipment, you're going to need sound protection also. So we're going to glue the side pieces onto the bottom piece. And we're just going to place these down right on the edge. So while that's drying, we're going to work on the top piece. We're going to lightly draw an X from corner to corner. Here is where we're going to use our 7/8 inch spade bit to drill a hole right to the center, and that's going to go straight through that piece of wood. Okay, so there we have a hole in the top piece. Great. We have our 6 X's where we're going to put 6 screws, kind of like you would see on a duck. Now we're going to glue the top onto the side pieces, and then we're going to screw them in. So, let's take our glue, put it in a little cup this time to make it a bit easier. And lastly, our screwdriving bit and our screws. And remember, there are 6 on the top and 6 on the bottom, so you will need a total of 12. We're now going to measure the dowel and cut it to the correct length. I'm going to cut about on the line. Now, since things moved around quite a bit in building this, let's make sure our slider still fits. And it looks like it doesn't. So, that means it's sanding time. Wow, that sanding did take quite a long time. But here we are. The slider moves pretty well inside the box. The next step we're going to take is we're going to push this in as far as it goes. So for me, almost to the 4-inch peg. We're going to go here, make sure we're lined up, and we're going to draw a circle inside the hole with the pencil. Then, when you pull out with the 4-inch peg to here, and you see where we're going to stop, this is the hole that the candy is going to fall into. So you can either make it a little basin so that you can pull the candy out of there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill it all the way through so that you can put your hand under it, or maybe put a little bowl there. Now we're going to attach the jar ring to the top of the box. Now you see that I did some little pilot holes for this. You can use a little drill bit, or I just banged the nails right through there. But first we're going to have at it with some glue. We're nearly done here. One of the last steps is going to be to put this smaller dowel into this hole on the other end. Do make sure that you put the slider in before you do that, because otherwise you won't be able to put it in. Now once that dries, we're pretty much ready to test it out. Let's see if we can fill the little cup with Skittles. Come on. Put it back here. Hey! There we go. And that's the wooden candy dispenser.
That was so cool. Now it's time for the one and only Miranda Janae.
Hi, my name is Miranda Janae, and I am 15 years old, turning 16 later this summer. I would love to be a host for Scout Saturday because I absolutely love being able to help younger scouts pursue their scouting career for as long as possible. I think it's incredibly important for kids to have someone to look up to who is not only able to make them laugh, but also educate them. And I would, quite frankly, be honored to be a person just like that. I will never forget the day that I got the phone call to tell me that I was going to be a host on Scout Saturday Live. I quite honestly still can't believe that it's been 5 whole months. Well, here's our last project for the day. It's cool because it uses all those pesky little scrap pieces of wood that might normally be thrown away. But today, I'm going to use those to make it into an extravagant art piece. Welcome back to my crafting table. I'm going to be showing you guys how to make your very own scrap wood art. First, let's start with all of the materials that you're going to need. Now remember, you might not have everything that I have, and I might not have what you have. Feel free to get creative and get crazy with what you use. First, we have the base of our project. I just chose a regular piece of flat wood. It's going to act as a canvas for your art. Next, I have some tiny wood pieces that were pre-cut from when my dad was doing a project. I have triangles and squares. And they're a little bit hard to see. I have some circular pieces as well. Now for my favorite part. I have some acrylic paint and some watercolors because I know that I want my project to be super colorful. Then lastly, we have wood glue. I am using wood glue, hence the wood scraps, but I'm sure that if you let it dry enough, a bunch of other different types of glues would work as well. I think I'm going to try and make an abstract artwork of my cat Wilma, because I love her very much. Now I think that I have most of my pieces painted. The next thing we're going to do is start to assemble. Again, I'm using wood glue, but I'm almost 100% sure that almost anything else would work. Remember, it does not have to look perfect. Mine is just a little bit abstract. As you go, you might come up with even more ideas to add. And don't be afraid to do it. Remember, we're not going for perfection, we are going for fun. While my art is drying, I'm gonna start cleaning up my workstation. Now that everything has dried and my workstation is pretty much cleaned up, I think it's time for my little tour of what I've created with these wood scraps. I decided to make my cat, Wilma. It is not perfect, and some of the glue did bleed over a little bit, but that's completely okay. I absolutely love how this turned out, and it was so much fun to make. Now remember, if you do not have these sizes of wood and you need to cut them, make sure to do it with parental supervision, or have your parent or someone older to get it done for you.
Nice job, Miranda. Our next show and the start of Season 2 is 4 weeks from today, on Saturday, August 29th. That's right, 4 weeks. We look forward to seeing you then. So remember to mark your calendars. In the meantime, you can always go to our webpage, where you will find information about today's show and videos of our past episodes, as well as our advancement trackers and much more. The link should be right down there. So visit bsa-la.org/SSL for all that information. And thanks again for watching.
Thank you so much to Eventing for generously supporting our program. Eventing is an online service that helps Scout units run and organize campouts, field trips, fundraisers, and Eagle projects. For more information on them, you can always go to their website, eventing.com.
Do you have an idea for an upcoming show? If there's a project that you would like to see us do, or if you have any suggestions for our show, please send us an email, with your parents' permission of course, at ScoutSaturdayLive@scouting.org.
If you'd like to learn more about scouting or may know someone who wants to join in all of the fun, be sure to visit beascout.org to find a scouting unit near you. Thank you all again for joining us today and for watching our first season of Scout Saturday Live. We absolutely cannot wait for you to join us as the fun continues for Season 2, starting on August 29th. In the meantime, and as always, be safe and don't forget to wash your hands with soap and water. Until next time, bye!
I'm going to be using this power drill, and we'll go over. Let's not do that.
To learn more about scouting or know someone who may want to join in all of this wind, in all of the wind.
Ow!